The Presbyterian Church USA is a church that works together. We are connected to and supported by our denomination and by other churches as we engage in mission and service.
One of the things in churches nowadays, in terms of living responsibly, is what is our mission? Or in other words, who are we trying to reach? And I think a lot of times congregants don't always ask that question and look around their neighborhood of the kind of people that live there and the types of ethnicities and others that are there, of how can we reach out to them and do something different. Consequently, a lot of churches are declining in membership. And a lot of times what people have to do, I think, is that they've got to see possibilities that they hadn't thought about before, opportunities for mission that may not bring anybody in the church, but as a way to be a living disciple of Jesus Christ in the world so that people know that Jesus Christ, who He is and what He's about. It's a different way of doing church. I think churches will, in the traditional sense, will become smaller and smaller, but I think they'll be much more missional in terms of the mission of God, of reaching out and trying to make a difference in people's lives. And it may be at Starbucks, it may be at the corner store, it may be wherever, but it's just going to look different in the world in terms of being church and doing church in the future.
The church as a whole, the Presbyterian Church and every church in America is going through tremendous change. It's a changing church culture. Some say it's as big as it's been since the Reformation 500 years ago. And so part of our vision is trying to discern where God is leading the church and catching up for the most part often, and trying to take the work that we do and either tune it to that where God is leading us or drop old things and pick up a new thing.
I was in a church in Ohio shortly after the shooting at Virginia Tech, that shooting that was just so horrendous and tragic for all of us to observe. She said, "I felt so hopeless. What could I do?" And then my pastor told us that Presbyterian Disaster Assistance responded immediately. They were there with the students and with the families, providing counseling and help. And I realized that I am responding. I am doing something, and that's something that we as a church can do together.
In the large group or in smaller groups, think about these questions. Thinking back over the sessions on the mission of God, the mission of the church, the mission of members in ordered ministries, a worshiping church, and a responsible church. How can I show my love of God and neighbor through service in the church? What difference can God make through my life as a servant of Jesus Christ? Where is my passion for what God is calling me to be and to do? And how can I live that out personally and as part of this community of faith?